Student-Kabalikat, academic aid for 4P students. Why Student-Kabalikat? This is because the purpose of our project is to help students who are struggling with their academic performance during this modular and online learning setup, more specifically, 4P's beneficiaries. Who are the 4P's members? 4P's, or the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, is a human development and conditional cash transfer program of the Government of the Philippines under the Department of Social Welfare and Development. 4P's members include the households whose economic condition is equal to or below the provincial poverty threshold.
According to the 2020 census, the population of Catalogan City is at 106,440 people, and according to the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, there are about 20% to 30% of households that are members of the 4Ps program in the city of Catalogan. With that in mind, in a public school such as Samar National School, where the population of students who are a part of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program is at 2,261 as of 2021, there's a significant number of students who may be possibly cut off from its financial benefits. With a total population of 6,532, the percentage of 4P student beneficiaries is at 34.6% as of the current school year. Most 4Ps beneficiaries are poverty-stricken, hence why they are in the program. Moreover, one of the conditionalities of the 4Ps program, according to an article published by the Philippine Star in 2015, is that high school students who are a member of a family benefiting from the program are required to maintain a passing grade, and if they fail to do so, their families may be removed from the program.
The intervention that we chose to support for these student beneficiaries who are struggling academically is study group. Study groups are primarily made up of peer groups who get together to study the lessons, which is an essentiality for them to meet their academic requirements. The main goal of this program is to improve academic performance of 4P student beneficiaries through study groups, especially in math and science-related subjects. This, of course, must be accompanied by the supervision of the student organization members.
Objectives. This program proposal has three general objectives in order to show that it has succeeded in its goal in helping 4P student beneficiaries, which are to A. Maintain a passing average grade by not obtaining a grade of 74% and below. B. Improve on quarterly performance on math and science subjects in terms of grades. And finally, C. Achieve average grades of 85% above for at least 80% of the student participants.
Identify norms and values to be observed in interacting with others in society and the consequences of ignoring these rules. Assess the rules of social interaction to maintain stability of everyday life and the role of innovation in response to problems and challenges. In the project, different social values are to be observed, such as resilience, empathy, and dedication. We believe this to be true because these are the things we will observe and uphold in this program. Resilience is a social value that is shown by Filipinos. we are known to be fighters who do not bow to problems. This is to be shown by our 4P student beneficiaries who will try to maintain their passing grades regardless of their financial situation. Empathy and compassion will be shown by persons who will donate for our cause because they acknowledge the difficulties in life faced by other people and they desire to ease their problems. Dedication is also a value that is treasured in our culture because the Filipino society values the worth of dedication toward success. This value will be upheld by our student organization members who will do everything in their power to make the program successful.
All of these values are expected to be observed in the launching of this program, and the social relations and interaction regarding this topic will be of great importance. If these social values are ignored, the values that we uphold in our society, our social relations will be affected in a negative way. However, should we be able to show these values within ourselves and within the organization, the relationship between our organization and the society and school will be better. The relations between members of our school and community will allow us to overcome problems with regards to academic hardships and poverty. Social interactions will also help us provide innovative solutions to crucial social issues such as this one, especially during this pandemic.
Philosophy. The learner is able to demonstrate the virtues of prudence and frugality towards his or her environment. The learner shows situations that demonstrate freedom of choice and the consequences of choices. The launching of this program also requires the student members of the organization to dive into the philosophical side of the issues to be tackled. For instance, the student organization is required to understand the importance of being frugal and prudent in the launching of this program, and thus, the student members discussed how these values can be observed and upheld. We came to the conclusion that being prudent and frugal will be essential in making this project a success. This is true because having the said qualities and values will allow us to utilize our resources without wasting any of it. Since our main source of financial support will be coming from donations and solicitation, undoubtedly our resources will be limited. However, being bound by the limitations of our material resources is not a part of our plan. In fact, it is our objective to help the 4P student beneficiaries of the school even with limited resources. And with that said, the value of frugality and prudence should be observed at all times.
In the aspect of freedom of choice and the consequences rooting from it, it shall also be observed in the launch of the project. In what sense it is observed may not be easily noticeable. However, the topic at hand also covers this philosophical situation. For example, the student organization has the freedom of choice whether to help the students who are struggling in this setup or not. And the people who are donating from their own pockets are also offered this choice. And with the choice they are given, they are also aware of the consequences that may root from it. The consequences of their decisions may or may not help ease the struggles of 4P student beneficiaries. The 4P students themselves are offered the choice as well to engage or ignore the program that we are proposing.
Reasons for choosing the intervention. Here are the supporting literature and studies that proves the efficiency of the program. For this program proposal, we chose the intervention of implementing study groups for 4P students because it is the most accessible and efficient way of academic intervention, and it is also proven by previous studies to be of high efficiency in academic improvement. Such studies and literature articles are as follows.
Independent student study groups, effects of cooperative learning on achievement in secondary schools, a summary of research, improving the reading ability of science students through study groups and multiple intelligences. Impact of first-year mathematics study groups on the retention and graduation of engineering students. The effects of requiring study group participation associated with students' attitudes and achievements in developmental math. Incentivizing students to encourage consistent study group attendance is associated with improved course performance. Peer group influence on academic performance of undergraduate students in Babcock University, Hugon State. Promoting professional student learning through study groups, a case study. All of these studies had concluded that study groups indeed have substantial impact in academic growth.